Welcome back to Introduction to Visual Art. This is a review of last week's material. Generally, I will do a review of what we covered the week before or maybe weeks before, and it'll be quick, and I will then jump right into the new material. So last week, we spoke about what is art. And we talked about art around Chicago. We have Cloud Gate by Anish Kapoor, this giant statue by Picasso, Flamingo by Alexander Calder, this great sculpture by Jean Dubuffet, an awesome fountain by Juami Plenza. And so hopefully a lot of you have been able to see this art and hopefully you're familiar with it. I think Chicago is really great for having art, and we're all lucky for being close to it. All right, so then I asked the question, why do we make art? And this question was included in the weekly quiz. Immediately following this review, we will be talking about the weekly quiz. So, why do we make art? These are what I listed. I said express ourselves, connect with others, to get others' attention, describing ideas and emotions, and to tell a history. In the quiz, we also asked, why should we study art? And I wrote to know history, to learn from the past, to understand culture, to understand how it is made, to understand our ideas and emotions, to give us different perspectives into viewing the world. And then, of course, we all know this is the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. It's an iconic work of art. And what I was attempting to do was to really show how art can reverberate through culture on all levels and through history. That includes this album artwork by Takashi Murakami. This one also by Takashi Murakami. And those handbags by Takashi Murakami. Okay, so let's review the quiz. Name 5 reasons why we make art. This is a sort of cloud that I put together of what the class was saying, and I basically put it into all the answers from your quiz into a single list. And here we can see that the biggest thing that people said was self-expression, followed by communicate with others. And then we make art to bring attention to something. So that might be historical, it might be an event happening, or to get attention from others. So just, hey, look at my art, or to be able to communicate in some way. And a lot of people do it, make art just to for enjoyment or entertainment. Answers for 5 reasons why we should study art. The big ones were to understand history, to understand culture, to relate to others, to understand art itself. Name 3 art forms in addition to painting and photography. A lot of people said sculpture and painting and video. There's a lot of dance, or some dance. People talked about architecture, and it surprised me, but people talked about printmaking, and printmaking is very important to art, though a lot of people in this class don't start off really understanding that. but I was very happy to see that printmaking was listed. Ceramics, so that's like playing with clay, building sculptures with clay. Illustration, crafts, and digital art. Name 5 places where art can be found. Well, of course, we got museums and galleries, and people listed cities and downtown. However, I would argue that art can also be found in the countryside. There is a long history of what's called folk art that is being that is on display and being made in the countryside all the time. A lot of people listed social media, the internet, or television. Inside public buildings, so that's libraries, theaters, where you work, restaurants. These were all excellent answers. Name 3 functions of art in addition to express emotions and communicate with the viewer. Well, we got tell a story, understand history, understand culture, self-expression, to educate, therapy, persuade, learn about yourself, bring awareness to a historic event or something happening at that moment. Religion, to connect socially or emotionally with others, and also entertainment. And then I selected 3 definitions of art that I thought were really good. And there were a lot of excellent definitions of art that were submitted during the quiz, and I was really happy to see that. There's one that says, art is creative for your imagination is the limit. Art is freedom, for nothing can truly shackle it down. Art is history from the tales of generations past. Art is love, for it can give joy and become beautiful. Art is memory, for it can capture the moments you don't want to forget. Art is an expression, for it tells your feelings, either good or bad. Art is anything you want it to be. You just need to put in the effort to make what you really want in reality. I thought that was a very sort of poetic approach and interesting way of defining art. These other 2 are rather straightforward, but I thought that they were concise and to the point, and I really liked them. Art is based on visual understanding and emotions, expressing your feelings and thoughts in the form of art. It is also a way to communicate with people. And then visual or auditory representation of human skill and creativity that can be anything and can mean nothing, one thing, or millions of ideas at once. I think that is very well put. I really appreciated that that definition. Well, that's the end of the last week review, and that's the end of the quiz review. So, that's the end of this video. Go ahead and watch the next video, which is week 2, chapter 1.